What is up? And I am Randy, and today we're going to be updating, showing my updated, say, Invoked Shaddoll deck. Now, say Shaddolls did get a piece of support from Rise of the Duelist, which was a new trap card, which is actually really good. I mean, it's more ways to access, say, Winda during your opponent's turn. So, thought, why not? Haven't done it in a few months, so might as well. I thought just update it. Without further ado, let's just get into the deck profile. Now, because it is the Invoked version, we are rocking, of course, the best normal summon of the deck, Alistair the Invoker. Might as well just use it until it probably gets hit. I think maybe, because along with Shaddolls, the new, say Dogmatica is using, I say there's an insane, like, Invoke build going around with this, so I mean, Alistair just searches your invocation. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, he's just there. Like, he's just the best card of the deck, honestly. Now, the best Shaddoll of the deck, I still think, is Wendy, because Wendy just enables your plays, especially with your, I say trap, and also, of course, your one Ariel. So, this is just standard stuff, nothing too crazy. Just gets your combos going, just gets your standard Shaddoll stuff just rolling. Now we're going into more of the classic Shaddolls now. We're 3 Schemata, still probably the best, like still one of the better Shaddolls of the deck. Searches everything that you need, basically just dumps something you need to the graveyard, like just does it. And then of course, 2 Hedgehog. It's still good. I mean, it adds, it's also a Shaddoll name, which most of the stuff isn't here for that reason. Beast, still good. I mean, you can still, drawing cards is always a good thing, like it never goes bad. And then of course 2 Dragon, because back row, because it's just good. It's just it gets rid of, I say, problematic cards. I mean, it does target, unfortunately, but it's pretty good. And then also it's also good for back row removal as well. So there's always certain formats where Dragon is better than most. So that's pretty much it for the Shaddoll stuff. Like, it's just standard lineup, nothing too crazy or out of control. Just standard, solid. I like the list. Your honorary Shaddoll monster, 2 Trick Clowns, just 2. It's just nice to have the one for Shaddoll Fusion to go into a construct, but just having 2 just opens up the plays a little bit more in case you do draw into them as well. I mean, if you want, you can cut it down to 1, but I just like it at 2. And then, of course, for the hand trap, this can be any hand trap that you want it to be, but I went with more the light aspect. So Ghost Ogre was my choice. If you want, throw in Nibiru, because Nibiru is a light. So I say Nibiru is more your taste, throw in Nibiru, but I like Ghost Ogre. It's just good. It's just why I have access to help this deck. But then, of course, more of the Invoke stuff. 3 Meltdown. Adds your Alistair to search your invocation. Also protects your fusion summon, so pretty good as well. It gets the protection to go here full combo. Say do all your fusion shenanigans. 3 invocation. It's basically fusion spells you need for this deck, so definitely go 3. Then of course, Shaddoll Fusion. Standard. Nothing new to say about this. Just standard stuff. El Shaddoll Fusion. Basically, the point of this deck is just to fuse. Speaking of fusion, we have Nef Shaddoll Fusion as well, because sometimes you might not have the right attribute to really go into. Also, helps your construct as well if you have no way to get into a light monster, so it does help with that. And then we are still running one of the Super Poly, because it is a board breaker. It breaks boards, so it's just a one-off. I mean, the deck's not reliant to full, let's say, run this package at 3 still, but still having that Super Poly to actually break a board is just, it's a threat constantly there your opponent has to be mindful of. And then the last 3 spells of the deck, 3 Allure of Darkness. I mean, you want to draw, you want to get your combo pieces, just good. And then now our last 2 cards is the 2 traps of the deck. Of course, we have the new Shaddoll Schism, and of course, Rest Shaddoll Incarnation. Shaddoll Schism, for those you don't know, during the main phase, you can fusion summon 1 Shaddoll fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed from your field or graveyard. But it cannot attack directly, but who cares? But it's during the main phase trap, so it's just a way to disrupt your opponent on their board. And plus, also, then you can send this card. You can send to the graveyard one monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as that fusion summon monster. So it's just a disruption during your opponent's turn. So you make Winda, and then you can just send, let's say, one of your opponent's dark monsters, let's say, to the graveyard. So it's just good. And then Rush Shaddoll fusion. I mean Rush Shaddoll incarnation is just the standard stuff that you use with Construct and Alistair and all that fun stuff. I say with Wendy and Ariel, just the standard stuff. Nothing too crazy with that. And now the extra deck, starting with the links. One Gravity Controller. He's not as important as he used to be, but I still like him because he's good just to go into. Cross Sheep, still insanely good, and like it's insane. Like, and plus it's also, you got reprinted too, so it's extremely affordable to get to now. Then one Secure Gardener, again, just to go to link off from your Salamite Great Almirage to get a light on the field if you have, let's say, no other ways. Then of course, Alistair, the Invoker of Madness as well. He's just basically keeps searching your invocation over and over and over and over again. Keeps your fusion plays going. And then, of course, you can end on an Apollousa Bow the Goddess after all your shenanigans if you open an extending, right? So basically you can have just a form of monster negation as well on your opponent's turn, which is never a bad thing. Like, that's the thing. Now, basically, now we're going to go into all your Shaddoll, like the fusion monsters. Rocking the new Invoked monster. We got this out of Echo. Really good, honestly. I really like him. I'm digging him a lot. Like, I'm liking him a lot. I say a little bit. I say better than Purgatrio or Collegia. It's just cool. For those who don't know what he does, if this card special summon or a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. So it's just built-in destruction effect. Bam, just spot removal here and there. Then you can only use it once per turn. Then once per turn, you can banish one fusion monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to that banished monster's attack, so it's a good way to push for OTKs and just basically, say, end the game. Then, of course, your, say, Macabre, standard stuff. And then I like Ragin. If you prefer Collegia or say, Purgatrio, you can switch them out for Ragin, but I do like, say, Ragin's Book of Moon effect, so it's just good just to flip something down. So basically, and sometimes that can just stop your opponent right there and then. Now your Shaddoll stuff. I am actually rocking one. I say Shekanaga. Okay, just good. I love it. So you can negate. I say it's good special. I say monster negation, effect negation. So there's that. So it's just more disruption on your opponent's turn. So it's just good. And then, of course, has the same thing. If it gets sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shaddoll spell and trap in your graveyard at your hand. Then Elp Cologne, just standard. It's just basically an effect veiler for the deck. Then, of course, two Winda. Say Winda's your problem maker. Basically says your opponent can't play the game, depending on your matchup. So, then, of course, we have the two Construct. This is the bread and butter of the deck. Like, Construct just gets things set and sends things. Like, it's just good. But this has been it. Like, I mean, Shaddoll's, like, they kind of, like, went in, like, the back mirror of a lot of people's, like, competitive scene after they got their structure deck update. But the deck is still insanely good. It runs smooth. Like the combos are just so fun to get off and just combo off and just go. And, I mean, you're playing Shaddoll's in 2020, which is, I mean, it's just insane. But this has been the updated deck profile. I probably won't update it until Shaddoll's get something big or a new, like, promising build that I really like comes up. Like my favorite form of Shaddoll's is Invoked, so we'll see. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Like always, say ring the bell so next time I upload a video, you'll know. See if YouTube wants to work. But say hope you guys are having a good, awesome day wherever and whenever you're watching this. Stay safe and stay healthy. Goodbye.